in here. Then we have got the reverse action straight tweezers. And reverse action means that you just press down in here, and that's what opens them up. Usually tweezers you press down to hold. Here you release to hold. And this is very significant in crafts, because maybe you are wanting to emboss a tiny bit of card, and therefore you are kind of holding, but you don't want to be holding it too close, because if you do that, then you are getting burned by with the heat gun. With this, you can have it in here in extreme. You have to hold it like this. You don't have to make any pressure, which also means dexterity issues are much at ease with these ones. Then what else we have? Well, we do have got embossing tools. Now I'm going to pull them all out so you can see. Now you have got two embossing tools here, double-ended, and the balls are they're different inside. So let's gonna put it here. I would say that this one is the smallest one. So I would say that that's probably about 1 mil, around that sort of size. If I turn it round, I would say that that's probably 2 mil. This is approximate sizes. Please do not quote me on these ones. I will not take it, you know. And this is about, I would say that's about 5 mil to 4 mil. I think that's 4 mil. And definitely that's, we are talking about here, maybe about 10 mil, something like that, or 9 mil, so about a centimeter, I would say. Now they are very good, these tools, because maybe you want to use your ruby plates, so you could use those ones as well. If you want to do wide work, you can use either end, but also to shape your flowers. If you have got die cut flowers, then you shape them. And the thing that I recommend is to use even your own your storage pouch, because you have got that kind of softness, so you can place the paper in here. So for instance, shall I cut a flower and show you? All right, let's see if I can, and then you will see all why I use die cutting so much. That doesn't look like a flower. Oh, okay. So shall I cut a petal? That's an easy one, isn't it? Yeah, that's a petal, sort of. And I mean, sort of. I mean, I didn't say that I could cut. I mean, there's a reason I'm such a fan of die cutting. Now you can see how that kind of shapes the sides in there. Then I go in with the smaller one. Can you see how I've shaped them every single time? And then I go in with the one, and then I can go in with the smallest ones to create those little. Can you see that? If I turn it over, there you can see the veins of the petal. And now, doesn't it look much more like a petal than when it was just flat? Now, if I added a little bit of color or something like that, that could shape as well. Now, the other thing that we are getting in here, you're getting also a quilling tool, and that, can you see, it's like a needle. There, a needle that is, the eye is open. So that means that, for instance, if I go in, and this is one of those tools that are not just for quillings. There's many times where I use it. You can put your piece of paper in here. Can you see how it's slotted right inside it? I do apologize for my nails. I need a manicure desperately, but you know, in case, you know, I cannot get one. Like nobody else, you know, nobody else can get it there. Anyway, do apologize if anybody is offended by the state of my hands. But you can see there now that quills, and that kind of coils the paper perfectly. And then you kind of got the center, so that could create the center for our flower. Can you see how then you build those tools? Now the other thing you have got here is, of course, the perforating one. This is the pokey tool. The pokey tool, of course, it is a very term, you know, official term of it, not. But that allows us to create the perfect perforations. So if you want to do, for instance, you do pergamano artwork and you want to create a little bit of detail in there. If you want to embroider into paper, they are phenomenal. If you want to add just a little bit of texture, you can also do like a scratching effects, because you can scratch, because it's not a point, it's a perforating tool in here. So that's why the tools you are getting in each of the sets. Remember, you are getting 2 of each, so it makes it perfect. If you want to do like I just sent last week to my mom a little present that I had made her, and then I put her, because she also paper crafts, so I put her a surprise. I did tell her that I was sending a parcel, but I didn't tell her, I only tell her part of the content. And then when she opened up, there were tools, there were dies, there with other things. These would make such a lovely present as well for a crafting one, because you are getting two. So you could send one of them, and because it stays lightweight, and keep the other one. Or you can be like me, keep them all those tools, because they are very useful and you never know where you have put them. So, or you can put one in your toolbox, like the one that you go, if you're one of these crafters that sits by the TV and crafts, have these right beside you, so you have got all those tools always ready. Anyway, 7-day saver, so you're saving £8, £17 and 99 pence is your price, 532,487. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure what this is. This is, I mean, like, is the snaps. So you're getting the So Nice 200 pieces. Oh, they're like poppers. I see. As in poppers for your cardigan. So you, oh, I see. Oh, your, oh, so, yeah. Yeah. So basically you have got in here, you have got one that was in one side and the other one was in the other. That's what it is. But it pops together like a little bubble. Now you will get 200 pieces in total, and colors may vary, but of course you have got an amazing saving there. It's better than half price, 099,148 should you wish to use them for your fabrics and things like that for soft crafts, so it will give you that. You're making purses as well, yeah, like a little, oh, if you can put them in cards, because some of them are shaped, aren't they? So you can have those elements in there. Now, I'm kind of, yeah, there it is. So they are a snug fit, but then it's like, I don't know how to press. Anyway, you can, yeah, I'm not going to do a live on it, because that's one of those things that you never know what can happen. Especially, and there we go, just like that. And keep watching, you never know. It's me today, so you never know. Right, so if you wanted to use snaps, 099,148 999 is your price, making it half price. So let's go for it. Now, oh, this is what we have been waiting for such a long time, darling. We're yarn balls. Now, of course, our director, who is fairly new to the channel, will go like, what? Right. This is the thing, I cannot say it properly. When I say there is yarn, I can say yarn, I can say balls, but I cannot say it together without going all Texan. I don't know why. So yarn balls, you know, like, anyway, I think I'm better now than I used to be. I used to be very, in any case, I do apologize for it. Please do not get offended by my bad accent. Now, here is like 12 balls in total that you are getting, 50 grams in each. Now, you are getting 3 of each of the colors. The gorgeous baby blue, baby pink, which is a little bit more corally pink run, baby pink, but it's a soft, natural color. Then you have got, of course, that vibrant, summery, watermelon red, and then you have got the warm yellow, a mango yellow, I would say. It's kind of, yeah, because it's so, you know, that really ripe, nice and juicy mango. This is it. This is the color inside it when you open it. You just slice it, and it's so, you know, my watermelon as well. I'm getting hungry here. And of course, if you wanted all those beautiful colors in these yarn balls, you can have them. And of course, you can wash it. It is a 55% polyacrylic, 45% polyamide. You are getting 175 meters in total. And you can wash it for 30 degrees, and the tension that they recommend, well, it is here, and you recommend 4mm needles. So you can see it here. We're coming closer. Yeah, there it is, perfect. There you can see it. And then the tension and the guidance, and how to, of course, dry flat and not tumble dry either. Right, so that £19 and 99 pence for these gorgeous bottles. I think all the colors work really well together as well. It's very summery, spring, fresh. 907678 is your item number. Of course, you're saving £22, and also it's perfect for babies. And as one of my producers said one day, it's like, there's going to be a lot of babies in the next, 9 months or something like that, or 8 months, whatever. Right. Right. Definitely not me either. Anyway, anyway. We have got here, Craft Yourself Silly, 24 of the leopard print fleece fabrics. Now, they are 50 by 50 squares. Now, they are projects that in which you can, there is a no-sew project in which you can see how it's a little fringe. So if you create that, by the way, with the 7-day savers that we have got, the scissors, you could cut this beautifully and then create those fringes. And then what you do is basically you can use some of it to fill it up or something different, and then you just make a knot in each one. So that means that is a knot sew. So you kind of sew, like you just of course knot it up, but you can do it like a proggy as well. So you can do the strips and then drop it around, but you can sew it if you wish. Now I saw it the other day and we kind of thought this in itself would make a lovely cat bed, because you can have the stuffing as well as the outside. This could be fabulous. So I'm very tempted myself to go for this one, because then it can be like a really, can you imagine a cat just going like this and then making muffin? No, and roll it. Well, I mean, my wasabi would look at it and go like, did you make that? I'd rather go to the, you know, the sofa bought from somewhere, but hopefully not. Hopefully he will like what mommy made for him. $9.96 is your price. You're saving £18. 247596 is your item number. Remember, you're getting 24 of them, so it makes also the stuffing. It works out at 42 pence per square. It's a lot of that. I mean, you could patchwork them and make a cover for your sofa. If you want a leopard cover for your sofa, why no, go for that for £9.96. Oh, the other thing I was thinking for this is, like, now that is the time to go and see it in the evenings outside. If you have got a patio, you want like a cover or you want a cushion to sit in, that would be fabulous. You can make it into so many different ways, because you can make it as the softies, you can make a seat cover for your lounge chair. Our Hayley West has got a lovely patio area. I have seen it on her Facebook, and she has got like a, you know, like an outside door burner or something like that, a chimney, yeah, kind of thing. So it's like, what about doing something like you can cozy it up, you know? You can sew them together and create a patchwork, and you're getting 50 by 50, so that's half a meter square. So this is 50 by 50, so kind of, so that means 24. So that would be like 12 no, that cannot be. Yeah, because if you are touching all of them across, you will have 12 meters, or you could have a 6 by 6. Blanker, blanker, blanket. I don't know blanker, blanket. Imagine a 6 by 6 meter blanket. I love that. I love a 6 by. Can you imagine how cozy that could be? Oh, you know, if you are sewing, you know those things that you could put in, like what is it was called? It was a blanket that it was like. No, it's a poncho. Yeah, it is a sort of a poncho blanket. Snuggle, a slanket or something like that, that you can sew it. So it's basically like a dressing gown that is a blanket. So it's very long, and it's kind of like, yeah, you could do that out of this. You can put arms in it. Yeah, you put arms in it, and you can, with this, you can patchwork it and make your own pockets as well. And then you can go outside with baggy pockets, so you can put in here what would you have? What treats would you have? Treats for the cat or the dog. Biscuits. You can have, you know, which biscuits would you have? I would have shortbread, maybe. The bowlers, the bowlers that I got, those chocolates with those ones. Cookies. Our director, what would you have? Army biscuits. Oh, here is something that they give into the soldiers that they are for long-term sustenance. We should, I mean, yeah, that sounds good. I mean, that would work. Now you can make a bag for that, those ones as well. You could do a little bag for long-term carrying, a little purse as well. And also, the other thing, I think a dressing gown. Can you imagine a patchwork of that? Because once that you have got that, I have done with a fleece that I had. I did a patchwork and I put it on top, and literally, and I didn't know that you could do that. But Haley West told me that if you sew them together, you can zigzag them. Like you guys kind of not quite close the zigzag and create really a bigger piece, and that way it's like, yeah, it's not what it's meant for, however it will work really well. And I have got now my favorite quilt, that, well, the only quilt that I have actually made. Now I have actually done like that because it was longer, shorter, you know. Anyway, let's move on this, but it's a fabulous, it's one of those fun projects. It's one of those ones that for £9.96, the possibilities are endless. Well, they're endless. They have got an end, but you know, we don't see that end. It kind of carries on and on and on, like me. I carry on and on and on and on. And they have to tell me, just shut up, just shut up. 247596 is your item number. Right. Super Tim Holtz. You know what, Tim Holtz, it's an amazing guy, and also he's a lovely guy. I have got the privilege to have met him quite a few times, and he's always a really nice, generous man with his ideas and his knowledge. Now his papers are 12 by 12, and you get them here. This one is the wallflower collection in here. You are getting 12 by 12 designs, of course. You are getting 36 sheets of paper. I'm gonna kind of, well, I'll hold them like this. So you are getting the 12 by 12 double-sided designs, and you can see that vintage inspired. You are getting 2 sheets of each design. However, they kind of go in, and then I'm kind of just showing you how beautifully they are. Now, whatever area you want to use it, you will be able to use it. You can trim into it, of course. It's a nice thickness that I think it's about 140 GSM, 160, something around there. Not thin paper, not thick card. But you can see how the beautiful 12 is. Now, oh, look at that, miscellaneous sales. What would you sell if you could? Now, can you see, now we have got a 6 by 6 pieces of 6 by 6 pieces of card. Now this, what it is the designs of the 12 by 12 is shrunk to a 6 by 6 and presented into a 12 by 12, so you can recognize some of the papers in there. Now they are again double-sided, so you have got those more muted or more tonal and tonal background sort of backgrounds, and then you can use every last bit of this, as my producer very well points out, because you have got in here so much scope. And then finally we are going to the 3 by 3. Well, actually there is more to it, so even reduce more in size. So toppers for cards, backgrounds for cards, and of course you are getting 2 in it. And then finally the 3 by 4s. Now this is like Ben, our floor manager, has very well pointed. This is like a paper quilt, and without doing any of the effort, instant. There you go, and it's absolutely beautiful. Now jokes aside, there is something about Tim Holtz. Tim Holtz is very particular in what he does, and I have worked with a number of the companies that he has worked with, and I know how particular it is. And I know also that he doesn't want to bring something that is a standalone. He wants always his products to, you know, have conversations with other products that he might have done. What I mean is that this paper has been, it's a paper that you can stamp on it should you wish to do it. If you want to distress it further with your distress inks, you can bring them. If you wanted to bring your distress inks, your distress sprays, you can do that as well. It die cuts beautifully. £24.99 is your price for the Wallflower Tim Holtz Ideology Paper Stash Cardstock. 733881 is your item number. You are saving £16. Then I always get very excited about adhesives, paper and tools, because of course adhesive is what holds everything together. And there is always an adhesive for, or every job requires a specific adhesive, or every adhesive has got a job in which it excels. These ones are micro dots, and if you are somebody who likes die cutting, if you are somebody who likes to use lace in your cards, this is phenomenal for you. What you have got is here inside it is the tiniest of dots. It's like a dot matrix, I think, or matrix of dots. If you cannot see that, there it is. There we can see it. So what they are is they are pressure activated. So if I take a piece of paper, what you do is you press down here, and only where I have pressed there will be dots. And I know white on white. Let's see. We're trying. There it is. Oh, our director is well done. I didn't think you could see that, but yeah, you can see it. Now you can see now this is sticky. Now, should you wish to put glitter over there, you can put it. The other good thing it has got micro dots is that you can rub them off as well. So if something has been exposed, now it is a little bit. So apologies for my dirty fingers. Yeah, Paula, I do wash my hands all the time. It's just that I use a lot of permanent inks with my crafting. You know, it's one of the things. But you can see that I can rub them off. Now these, if they are stubborn, what you can do is there are erasers that will remove them. But you know what I mean. They are not as permanent as something else. Now for ribbon, it's a really good. Now you are getting 2 of the rolls, and then you are getting 5 sheets in here. Now these ones also work really well, because if you have got die cuts and you are not a fan of the glue on the back of the hands, these are phenomenal. You put the die cut in here, you close it up, and then of course the dots will only adhere to wherever there is the die cut. So then that means that you can have them die cut. Now this one works also very good for ribbons and laces and things like that. So if you want to attach them to your card, they will be the right ones to go for you. £17 and 71 pence is your price, making a saving of £12. You're getting, of course, the 5 sheets and the 2 rolls of 9mm. 112317 is your item number. I get very excited about the next one as well. I get excited very quickly, don't I? But they say it's a 7-day saver, so they are amazing savings and are amazing products. And you know, it's not limited to 1 per customer. So while stock lasts, why not I took a couple of those ones? Because for £12 and 60 pence, you're getting 50 A4 300 GSM watercolor card. If I were you, I would multiply this. I love watercolor cards, and this one is 300 GSM, so it means that this one will be perfect to create your blank cards, or if you wanted to maybe make your boxes. This is a very good construction weight card. Now what you have got here is what I would say it's a hot press, because it is kind of a smoother. However, it has got a slight texture. It's not bucking for card that is completely smooth. Now this one has got a little bit more of a tooth. However, it's not big enough that you cannot stamp on it. That will give you beautiful impressions in here. Watercolor card, of course, will mean that it will be perfect to dilute those watercolor effects, like to bring the lighter colors, the darker ones as well. It's one of those ones that if you are a stamper, you need them in your stash. If you are a mixed media artist, you need them in your stock stash. Oh, something in your something. And if you are somebody who is a die cutter and wants something weighted texture card, this needs to be in your stash. And when it's a deal like this, 50 of the A4 for £12 and 60 pence, making a saving of £16, makes a lot of sense to multiply, to put 2, and then you have got 100. Don't you like that, to have 100 watercolor cards? Sounds better. I don't know. It's just me. 082084 is your item number, and because also, you know, it means that you have got there that saving of £16. So if you like multiply it, it's better anyway. Now this is not a 7-day savers. This is a happy hours deal, which means. You know, don't listen to what the screen says. Usually I say the opposite. Don't listen to me, look at the screen. This time, listen to me, not look at the screen, okay? As my director is saying, it's like, your time has come. Finally. I mean, it's only taking 40 years, but finally it's there. Anyway, right. I'm so proud. No, right, so these are, of course, a clear bags that you have got with the handle. Now, there is a lot of reasons to go for these ones, like poly bags with clip closed handles. One of them is you sell your soft crafts wear. So for instance, if you are a knitter and you are selling a little jumper that you have made, or maybe you are a knitter and you sell your scarves or your patterns, or you are somebody who sells boxes that they have made, but you want to display them, and not only display them, carrying from point, like, you know, in your stand holder or something like that. That will make a lot of sense to go for this ones because they look so much so professional. I'm gonna hand them one of them because, like, I'm not just giving it away. There is a reason why I have done this. Because, yeah, look at that. I mean, this obviously, that doesn't happen in real life, only in Hochanda. The special effects that we have got. I should have got like, look at it. No. By the way, if you want these gloves, we do have them tomorrow at what time? 5 o'clock. The Leeds Wool Shop. Look at that. So you have, oh, look at that, they are nice, aren't they? And they are good because they don't have fingers, so you can actually still use your media stuff. Anyway, so you can see that these will look, imagine to you if you are selling them, of course these ones, you can sell them by different colors so people can flip through them as well, so you can look at them. The other thing I like about these ones is if you are doing, and you know what, those days are coming and closer than you think. Children's parties, and then you want to put every child to have maybe a couple of sheets of watercolor card, maybe some pencils, maybe some things or embellishments, and then everyone has got a little carrier bag as well, and they can see exactly whose is whose because it's transparent in here. Die cuts, that's a very good idea, very good idea. So if you, for instance, you have got like different die cut sessions, so you have got like, I don't know, flowers, something like that. The next day, I keep them all mine. Like when I do prep for shows or do kind of sessions, everything will go into little bags, so then I can look through them. But having the handle means that actually I can have them hanging out. Tools as well, but of course paper kits as well, so you can put, and you can see the A4 is very generously, it will fit inside it. So if you have got kits that you sell, so for instance, paper kits, A4 cards, embroidery kits that you have made, or embroidery finished samples, as long as they are A4 plus, they will fit here. $9.99 is your price for 25 pieces in total, making a saving of £28. And remember, this is not a 7-day saver, this is a happy hour deal, which means that the price will go up at the end of the hour. 706-802 is your item now. And now, do you want to save a little bit on P&P? Well, here is Janice to tell us how to do that.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have.
Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888-888. So don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
And that makes a lot of sense, and especially if you are watching from the USA, because, well, you know, we'll go through it, but it makes a lot of sense to become a Freedom member. Also makes a lot of sense to go for the pink frog crafts. And you know what? I need to have a little bit of water because really I notice my voice has suddenly gone really bad. So just 1 second. It. Now, sorry, apologies for that, but sometimes it happens. Right, now here you have got 50 sheets of of paper and 50 sheets of card. Now, this is not ordinary card. It is a pearlescent card, double-sided, the beautiful gold luster, but it is a very, very subtle gold luster. It's ice gold. Can you see that kind of glistening in there? So it is warmth, it's not cold, it is that warmth of the gold, but it still is white. So it means that if you spray this, the beautiful pearlescent nature of the paper will still shine through it. You have got 50 of the card and 50 of the paper. I went through some of the reasons why I love to have paper and card. The reason is that you can use it for insert the paper. You can use the card for, of course, the construction and weight boxes. You can use it for maybe the card itself. You can use the paper for envelopes, or you can use maybe sometimes, you know, when you have got very intricate dies and you know that your machine is not as strong as once was, so therefore 300 GSM is not going to cut it, and sometimes some dies won and some machines won. But you have got 120 GSM matching perfectly, so you can die cut it out of the paper maybe twice and then layer it together. Or maybe you can just cut off an aperture out of the card and then put the pearlescent paper, which is absolutely a perfect match. Now, if you want to go for this one, 171505 is your item number, saving £12, paying £15. This is really close to half price, isn't it? Right. Oh, yeah, the scissors are going, aren't they? Now, scissors, you know, it's good to grab a good pair when you see one, because you need them. You need something sharp, you need something that is useful, you need something that feels nice in your hands and that has got that rubber handle. Nice for your fingers as well as for the paper that you are cutting. That coating, the black coating, now means that, of course, when you are cutting something sticky, like red liner tape, like tapes with or any type, it doesn't adhere itself as strongly as it does with the black coating. So it is nice to have it. Of course, it has got sharp ends as well, so you will have a nice cut to the end. Can you hear that? I mean, I'm giving myself a haircut at the same time, but you know, I have never had that hair that long. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? It's just like kind of, there's something comforting about a sharp pair of scissors cutting through the paper and card like butter through a knife. And this is what you want. £13, butter through a knife. Well, the other way around, you know what I mean. I do apologize. I do not, like, I know some people think that I put it on. No, I don't. You know, my words are that knife through butter. That's the correct way, I think. I mean, they are telling me that is the right thing. If it's not, a hot knife through cold butter. 073882. Now we are all having images of a really nice piece of bread with butter, don't we? Fresh bread made by our Emily. By the way, we're you know, we want our Emily, our producer Emily, who is in my ear, we want her for, you know, that cooking program, the baking one, we want her to win it, and she will one year, you know. Hey, one of my friends won MasterChef this year, so I'm just saying, so I need one to win my Bake Off, another one to win this Sewing Bee, and maybe Marcus or Benjamin can win the Strictly, just say. You know, I think Ben for Strictly, that would be quite good, wouldn't he? Or Britain's Got Talent, you know, whichever. Well, we have to mention them all, don't we? And I have missed, which one? X Factor? Dancing on Ice? Oh, yeah. Our director prefers to, he would prefer to go, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Which, by the way, I know one of the directors out there. Yeah. Random things that everyone knows. Yeah, he has a house next to my parents' house in Mallorca, so we got to know them. Yeah. Right, anyway, let's get right. You know, it's like, it's not, I mean, he doesn't say, I want a celebrity, get me out of here in Mallorca, I'm just saying, but, you know, I'll stop. I wish I hadn't started this, but you as well at home. I do apologize, but then it's 7 o'clock, and this is just like, and this is one of the reasons, like, you're at home, I turn to Hochanda, because it's nice to see people having fun, even if it's about talking nonsense. Right, and this is what we are doing right now. Right. Now, here you have got 2 pieces in total. Well, it says 2 pieces. What you are getting is 2 sets. You are getting 4 tools in each. So you are getting 8 tools plus 2 storage, I believe. So £17.99. If you are new to paper crafts, this is a set for you. If you are one of those ones who are a very experienced paper crafter and you have got little ones, I mean, I'm saying within reason. I mean, I'm saying maybe 12 years old and things like that, that wants to start paper crafting, this would be a lovely gift so they can craft alongside with you. If you're like me, that you have got a mom now, she wants to paper craft, something like this makes their day, because they have got embossing tools that they can use for the whiteboard if they are into ruby. If they are into flower shaping, they can use these larger ball ends to shape those petals, to create and color those bits. If you are, then here you have got, of course, the paper piercer in the pocket tool, which you can perforate, and also you have got the open tool here that you can roll up quilling tool papers as well. And then finally you have got the tweezers, the reverse tweezers as well. Now, if you want to go for those ones, remember you are getting 2 complete sets, 532,487, £17.99. Then this one is the one that I don't know much about it, and I will admit it. Snaps, like poppers for your clothes, for your bags. Poppers for, what else do you use poppers for? How else? Well, you can think of ideas on how to use poppers, can you not? 099148 is your item number. 9.99 is your price. Of course, clothes and bags. Oh, yeah, you know what? I did, you know, I'm very proud. This is one of my proudest achievements, I think. I got a laptop and I needed a sleeve. And I looked at the prices and they were crazy expensive. So I created my own with a really lovely fabric that it was part of Natasha McCarthy brought here today a few weeks ago. So I created, and it needs snaps at the top, so to protect it, like instead of having, because I didn't want to kind of, you say, a zipper, so this would be really good to have them at the very top. $9.99 is your price, making it better than half price by 1 penny. Right, that is the snaps, the so nice cam snaps. You are getting 200, and piece contents may vary, but you will get all different sets in there, the same quantity basically. And now, yarn balls. I do like a little bit. And I said it properly, didn't I say? I did it. I did it right. Apparently my producer said she didn't hear. Well, you know what you can do, Emily? Rewind. Go to hochanda.com, then go to Rewind, and you can watch this show again. I don't think anybody wants to do that, to be fair. But if you want to do that at home as well, you can do that. Because shows here are on the website for 60 days. So that means if you have missed on that amazing show, or you have seen an amazing demonstration, and then you have purchased the bundle, you can watch it on repeat. Time and time again. You know what? I have done that. I have done like on it's like what's that technique that Leonie used for her Let Leona Loose, and you can catch up even 60 days after the fact. Or if you want to knit some pattern and you want to know, there are those ones as well on the website. But here we have got the 7-day savers, which is the white choice Baby Joy yarn. Now you have got 3 of the baby blue, 3 of the pink, 3 of the red, and 3 of the yellow. But the colors are so beautiful. It's something that, I don't know, there's something very joyful. I see it as spring. I see the blue skies, the beautiful juicy mangoes, the watermelon, you know, the sweet watermelon in there. When you eat it, it's just refreshing. The blues, is the Emily's grandparents' swimming pool in Spain. That's what it is. Not my parents. My parents are, it's not that. But that's what it is, yeah. And then the coral, the reserve, that's candy floss. That is, in the summer fair, you go to the rides and then you want some candy floss. That is exactly what it is. Or the seaside, if you go, and those days will come. And just a side note, I know they will come because my family in Spain, now they are finally allowed to mix and mingle with the family. They're going to the seaside, they're going to have lunch outside, and it's such a joyful, amazing thing. And those days are going to come. They had such a strict lockdown, and now to be able to see my family now back and enjoying it, I know they are going to come as well for us here in the UK. 907678 is your item number. £19.99 is your price, saving £22, which makes it better than half price. Can I take a sip of water? Because I'm just getting into that point of a very dry mouth. Well, I'm going to just put it here and then let's have a look at the fleece first. Now what you are getting is 24 of these 50 by 50 centimeters leopard print fleece fabric. Now, as I was mentioning, yes, you can do no-sew projects. You can do cushion covers if you want to bring your sewing. You can use them as stuff fillers as well. But look at that. Yeah, I do, sometimes you need that sip of water. There you have it. Now you are getting 24 of them. And 24, and remember, this is half meter by half meter. That means that you can do a 6 meters square blanket if you zigzag sew them together. Can you imagine that? I mean, that would be like massive. That would be like the sort of things that you have got you could do it different sizes. You could do it 6 meters one. No, so you could do what do I want to say? No, you could make it 9 meters one way and then 3 meters the other way. Yeah, I don't know if my maths are correct, but that sort of thing. You can make it into a way that kind of works for you. It's up to you. The fact that this is such an affordable price is because they are smaller pieces, but you can sew them together should you wish to do that. Should you do like cushion covers? If you are thinking now for the, of course for, I know another thing. You know what I was saying about my laptop sleeve? You can do something like this as well for your tablet. Because this has got the fleece has got a thickness. So what I would do is I would fold two together, and then I would sew them together to them like that. So then you have got like neoprene sort of wording, sort of protection around it. So I just love the way that it's very tactile. You want to do little beds for your pets, so for your dogs, your cats, your rabbits. I don't think rabbits like this. I think they prefer. Well, probably they do. Probably. Our Leonie has got a new pet in her house, but I cannot tell you about that one. But you will find out something. Soon enough, she will tell you about it. That would be it. She's a pet, yeah, it's a new pet in her house. He has got a little cute nose. Don't look at the tail though. Don't. Anyway, 247596 is your item number. 996 is your item number. Tim Hall's paper, I love them. I love the man. I think he's an inspirational driving force in the industry. He's this person that likes to make sure that whatever he designs, whatever he puts his name into, he really cares about it. He has to be. So now I kind of just show you how gorgeous those papers are. They are 12 by 12. Then you have got the same designs, brought down into size into 6 by 6. Then you have got, of course, the 3 by 3s, and then finally the 3 by 4s. Should you wish to go for this one, what you need is your item number, which is 733881, and of course £24.99 is your price. Now, if you need some addition to into your life, for your paper, for your die cuts, for your ribbons, for your lace, to attach it to cards, micro dots is the way to go. They come in a roll as well as on a sheet, so this will be a taster. Now I know my friend Dawn has been using this for years and years and years. And of course, I'm going to say her name, full name and surname in case you are doubting. Yes, it is the one and only Dawn Baby. And she has been using them for decades and still swears by them because they are easy and they are affordable and they give you that adhesion that you can rub them as well. Now, it's one of those ones, and this is why I get so excited when there are good deals on adhesives. I very strongly believe that every job requires a specific adhesive, whether it's glue, whether it's dots, so I like to have them all together with me. So micro dots, you are getting 5 sheets, 2 of 9 rolls. £17, 71 pence is your price, and of course you're saving £12. Now, cards, watercolor card. Now we have got that 300 GSM. You are getting 50 sheets of that one for £12.60. Is really good quality watercolor card. It has got that kind of really soft texture in here. 082084 is your item number. £12.60, and you are saving £16. You know what? I would buy 2 of them, because that means that you are going to pay £24, 25 pounds and 20 pence or something like that. You are going to receive twice as much for not even the full price. So check out your baskets for that. 300 GSM means that this is the sort of card that I will reach out when I wanted to create A5 cards. And I want a slightly texture, and I want a good quality. This is the sort of card that I like to have always in my stash. 082084. You don't need to have to do watercolor per se. You can just use it as just white card that is quality and it has got the softness of the watercolor card texture. And you know what? I have to say, I am very proud of these bags because they are absolutely amazing. Now, these ones are perfect because I'll say it. I have never seen this bag. I've never seen them here for to sell because they are so useful. Making kits. If you are one, maybe you are somebody like Tracy Evans who teaches workshops, or even our Leone Pujol, and you need to have distributed. And I know at the minute you are not doing them in person, but a lot of you are send them to them. My friend Julie Hickey as well is doing workshops online, and she does little kits, so then you will receive a little kit, so then you can have it, but you can have all the bits and pieces that you need to do it. If you are somebody like me that die cuts bits and pieces or has got pieces of, then you can have, like, say for instance, here I have got my Cumberson die cuts, here my Elizabeth Craft designs, here maybe my Paper Discovery, and so on and so forth. You can hang them. But if you are selling your items, what about putting them like this? What about if you don't have a stand and you are selling that by post? How professional does it look? Also, rainy days are gonna come. This is an umbrella bag. You know, when you have to go shopping and then you have got the wet umbrella, you can put it inside it, and then you're not dripping all the water. Genius idea. $9.99. Do check out your baskets for any of these items, and remember, this is a happy hour deal, so do check it out. Now, of course, we have got Get Groovy with Scott and with Clarity, of course, one day special. After that, Paper Discovery, Scott will teach you that one, baby. Well, because due to COVID-19, of course, our viewers now in the USA, you know, the prices for delivery has gone up now to $12.95. That's due, of course, to the International Postal and Freedom cost. However, why not join, of course, Freedom? Because you for $19.99 cents per month, you are going to get unlimited standard delivery for Freedom members. Why not join today? Other benefits include, of course, no contract, so you can cancel at any time, exclusive discounts, and monthly newsletters and members badge. For instance, the one-day special, if you go for the complete collection, there is a Freedom discount there that makes it worth it. So do please check it out to make sure that you get unlimited standard delivery for the USA. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Matthew Palmer, a professional artist with the SAA, the UK's largest and friendliest art community. The SAA exists to inform, encourage and inspire all who want to paint, and that's exactly what you'll learn to do with me as your teacher. As a self-taught artist of 30 years ago, I know the challenges of a white piece of paper and learning how to paint. Well, with me, Hochanda and the SAA, I'll show you how easy watercolour painting really is. I'm here on Hochanda because I want to show you my watercolour painting techniques, and I want to get you over that white paper fear and get you started and develop your watercolour painting. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I've got some fantastic watercolour techniques that will get you started and take you even further on your watercolour journey. So join me, Matthew Palmer, for my shows on Hochanda.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week using the Hochanda app on your Amazon Fire Stick for free? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Amazon Fire Stick accesses the Amazon App Store to add new applications. By downloading the Hochanda app, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Simply turn on your TV and connect your Amazon Fire Stick. If this is your first time using the device, follow the on-screen instructions to connect to the internet and log into your Amazon account. Once set up, you'll need to open the search bar. To do so, simply use your remote's circular directional dial to scroll to the search icon and select it. Now simply type Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. All you need to do now is select download, and remember, it's free. Once this is added to your Fire Stick, you can move the app for easy access. Press and hold your home button on any app and then select apps from the menu that appears. Scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the button with the 3 horizontal lines on your remote and select Move to Front. And that's it! You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
I love an acoustic intro. I do love an acoustic. If you could play anything, I'd love to be able to play the guitar. Yeah. Anyway, that was a little moment for me. Sorry, it was like medication for me then, to have a little chat to myself, but you're there with me, which is so very nice to have your company as well on a Wednesday evening. It's been quite warm outside, hasn't it? It's been quite warm. How's your Barbie? Was your Barbie all right? Did you burn it? Probably. Don't say it adds flavour. It doesn't. No one eats it. So I'm going to have a nice afternoon, stroke evening, but it's time to come in now. It's time to be with us. We're in the studio. They've not turned the aircon down, so colder than it's been all day. but that's all right because I'm wearing short-sleeved tablecloth, and so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, my name is Scott. I'll be with you, like it or sorry, lump it, because everybody else is locked away in a little room coughing away. So I'm with you, but safe distance. Jack, the floor manager, is over there. Jack, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Nice to see you. Nice to there. Love you, Jack, over there as well. And Derek, how are you, Derek? Speak up. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's all right, yeah. Little Derek's down there as well. He'll be chopping in as the day goes on. You never quite know when he's going to pop up. I know, yeah. We'll just play with my laces then. That's it. Be fine. Anyway, it's good to be with you. So we have got a one-day special. Joke aside, what an offer. Now, let me tell you through, because they always test me, and I always find at this time of the night it's very testing for me to try and work out what exactly the offer is. But either way I get this, you're going to love it. You get two options. Nice thing for me is they're all in the same item code as well. So, for item 828273, you can have set 1 of these wonderful poetry collection groovy plates, which are absolutely fantastic. And I spotted one of them, my favourite of all-time quotes, is in set 1, but I'll tell you more about that one in a second. You also get the option of having set 2, okay, nicely labelled for me. It's not for you, it's the simplicity for me. Because I get confused. If they start calling one Blossom and the other one Apple something, I get a little bit, moments happen. It's senior things, So it's either basically item 1 or item 2, all for item 828273. Whichever set you want to go for, it's the same price, okay? So you'll be able to get these on a flexi-buy, 2 payments of just £24.97, but whichever set you go for, you're going to be getting a saving of £16 either on set 1, and you'll also be getting a saving of £16 if you wanted to go for set 2, which means rather than £65.94, this is why it's a one-day special, you're only paying £49. That's all you'll be looking at, and 94 pence, whichever set you go for. So there's some real savings to be had. But, in the words of a very famous competition, we don't want to give you that. What we want to do is we want to give you the entire lot, because that comes with even more savings. Because not only, if you went for set 1 or set 2, you'd be getting your £16 saving, those two £16 savings are carried over, plus an extra £7 saving will add onto that, which means you'll only be paying now £98.86, and you get the lot. You get the entire lot for that. £99.86 will give you entirety of everything. So that's all 12 plates in total, plus you're going to be getting all those in A5, plus you'll also be getting your folder. So all of that is going to be chucked in there for you for the entire set, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, if you're a Freedom member, lovely to have your company, always lovely to have members of the family here with us. You'll get a fantastic offer here as well, because not only is your price down to only £89.87, because you're saving here £16.99, and that final price of under £90 also includes your postage and your packaging. So, some real savings to be had here. So, these are all about wonderful sentiments, fantastic quotes by very famous people, and some that really get to the heart of it. And certainly in times where we are right now, there's some that really do strike a chord. Now, I'd love to say I take credit for any of these. I don't. But the wonderful Paul, I'm hoping, is there on the line. Are you there, Paul?
I am. Good evening.
Very good evening. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you very much. And are you keeping safe and keeping well, and are you keeping busy?
Very busy, yes. It's been great putting this collection together, and we've got some great demos lined up from myself and from Barbara over today's shows and tomorrow's shows as well.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we'll definitely be getting to playing those later on, and look forward to those. Just take us back a little bit regarding the idea behind the sentiments that are going into here, because I'm sure that people, there's some of these that people will know and recognise, some they would never have heard before, but they all strike a note. How easy was it to come up with the final collection you've got with everything all together here, and what inspired you towards choosing the ones you did?
Well, I can't take any credit for it, really, because the beautiful illustrations that we're looking at were illustrated by Barbara and the lovely Mel Turner, who's
Right.
one of our sort of designers. And Barb's a very sort of poetic and very wordy person. So she went through and she chose poems, she chose quotes, there's Irish prayers on there, there's some of her favourite sayings. But when you look at this collection, as say you've got option 1 and option 2, or you've got the big bundle.
Yeah.
But what I love about this collection, for me personally, are these beautiful frames.
Yeah.
So although you've got 12 plates, you've got 12 beautiful frames and then 12 beautiful verses.
Absolutely.
And you can mix and match them. And that's, as you know, Scott, from when we've been on the shows before and you've been with us, and where you can mix and match and you have that versatility.
Yeah.
With the groovy system.
I think that's the secret to this, isn't it? Because there are so many wonderful ways of putting them all together. At the heart of it, the message is strong, you know, with the sentiments behind it. But to be able to change that around and swap it around, I think that versatility you talk about is why they've proven so popular when they launched earlier on already today.
That's right. And when you look at the samples you're looking at there, I mean, it's amazing how clear parchment with some colour added,
Yes.
the designer parchment, the black parchment, the difference it can really make to a design as well.
Yeah, and they do look beautiful. And actually, there's something about that look of it with the sentiments behind it that also, I think, lends it to going hand in hand, the softness of that and the sort of genteel feel about them.
That's right. And because you've got that, the grooves, with it being the groovy system, you've got that crisp line art in relation to the wording.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful font, really, really gorgeous.
They are beautiful. They're really crisp, very, very clean how they work with them. They are gorgeous. I'm just going to bring my favourite one, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And I think this one is, a lot of people it will sort of resonate with. But people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And certainly at a time like this, little things go a long, long way. And sentiments like that, I think, really do strike a chord, don't they?
That's right. And what I also love about this, the size of these are an A5 plate.
Yeah.
So these are perfect to just trace out exactly as they are and put a picture frame around them.
Right, right.
So you've then got a beautiful gift as well as a card as well.
So from that point of view, from your point of view on this, Paul, as well, people that are watching that would never possibly have done this before, they love the idea, they love the sentiments, but they've never worked with the parchment, they've never worked with the tools to sort of create this as well. Is there anything that they need to be aware of from your point of view, or any guidance you can give them if they're going to getting these straight out the packaging for the first time and having a go?
Okay, so with the groovy system, as you know, Scott, I've always said if you can hold a pen, you can use the system.
Right.
We've got children as young as 5 years old that can actually trace out and use the groovy system, and they get an instant result.
Right.
So these are the A5 plates. We do a beautiful A5 calligraphy plate mate, which these fit into. But we also have on the show the fantastic starter kit as well.
Right.
So if you're looking for a new hobby whilst you're at home and you think, oh, I want to try something different, then the starter kit is a fantastic way to become hooked on such an addictive craft.
Right. Well, we've got that on the. I think everyone will find that on the website. It's all there for you as well to have a go. We're pointing you in that direction. We give you the details of that, so you can have a go. If you've never picked up this as an art form before and tried it, then please do. The results are instant as well. That's the other lovely thing about this, is that you see something come through the paper almost instantly, don't you, when you're working with this?
And with it being called a groovy system, all of those plates we're looking at are laser etched to precision, to a specific depth. So it means that if when you're pushing the tool onto the parchment in that groove, if you jump out of the groove, you haven't ruined your work.
Right.
You just jump back in and carry on.
And it is as simple as that, isn't it?
It really is, yeah, absolutely.
Which is lovely. And I think that, you know, to have that, the other thing, or maybe this, I don't know whether this counts as sort of cheating, but actually, because you've got such lovely verse in here, the poems, the phrases, and the sentiments behind it, that you get a lot of, there's a lot of results for very little input, if that makes sense, you know, because the actual plates have done the work for you, haven't they?
There's no thinking about what to do at all. You literally can just follow those designs exactly as they are on the plate, and the job's done. It really is as simple as that.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, Paul, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get to showing the demonstrations as well, of course, that they've been put together for us over the course of today and as well with the tomorrow. But from everyone at Hochanda, thank you very much, Steve. Keep well, my friend.
Yeah, and you. Stay safe, everyone.
Yes, and stay safe. And I don't know whether you'll be coming through and having a chat with anyone tomorrow as well, possibly.
Yeah, I'll be back on at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
That's fantastic. Paul, thank you very much. Have a fantastic evening.
And you. Take care, everyone.
Cheers, Paul. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So, always lovely. I know we can't, obviously, at the moment, not all the guests can come through to the studios as it stands at the moment, understandably, but just so nice to hear it, isn't it, Darren? He talked about this design that's been put together, you know, with associated with Barbara working very closely to bring you these designs together. And it's nice to hear anyone can have a go at this. You know, you're hearing at the age of people of the age of 5 or 6 that are doing this, and if you can do the drawing, follow the guide through with the tools to create that, the results are instant, they're impressive, and they go a long, long way. And the lovely thing is that you are going to be able to mix and match, swapping these borders, swapping them with the phrases. Maybe you only need to take a line of some of these. You know, you do get, there's a lot. If you think about how many sentiments you normally get on a plate, whether that be a stamp, for example, or even a die, you might get a few on each. But if you look at the size of these, sometimes just the first line, you know, there are certain phrases of Shakespeare, sonnets, you know, poems, that sometimes the first line is enough. And then you have the ... you know, but you've got all of the stanza here, all of that text to work with and to take that. And you can break that up and work that in different ways. But that's the beauty. You do get the flexibility throughout this whole kit. So just to remind you what's available here, you can, if you're starting from scratch, what a great couple of kits to go with on this one to start with. If you're starting from scratch, you have the option here. You can go for either set 1 or you can go for set 2. The details of those are on the bottom of your screen that you can go for. They do come with whichever set you're going to go for. Fantastic £16 saving on whichever one you want to go for. Now, you're going to get the maximum versatility and wear and tear and all of the usage if you go for the entire bundle. Now, that not only comes with a £16 saving from this set, that carries over to the £16 saving on this set. You're also going to be getting an extra further £7 saving, which means for everything it's just £99.86, plus you're also going to be getting the A5 storage folder. That's 12 plates in total, all of that. And if you're a Freedom member, £89.87. That comes with a £16.99 saving, plus your postage and packaging is included in that price as well, which is brilliant. Now, I will tell you, we only launched just a couple of hours ago, so it's only one live show. Paul come through with a quick chat on that. They've got shows lined up for you tomorrow. We're not that far off of half, because I can tell you 40% of the stock has already been allocated. So don't delay. Please, please, please get these into your baskets if you possibly can. So, you heard Paul talking about some of the videos that have been put together to demonstrate these. If you're introducing this to yourself for the first time, please watch and learn. And if you've been doing this before, it's always good to learn from the pros, isn't it? So, without further ado, let's have a little first demonstration.
Hi. For this card, I've taken my inspiration from Emma Burns. So this is a piece that she created. And she's combined a couple of different plates to get our finished piece. And that's one of the great things about all these poetry plates you're going to get, is that the versatility of mixing and matching the various verses and poems with the various different frames. And if we look closely at this one, what Emma's done is she's actually perforated within the tree. So I'm going to show you a couple of little tricks on how to recreate this, and again, just to do some little finishing bits and pieces on it. So where do we start? Okay, so I'm going to go to my folder that's got all my plates in. So let's have a look. So I need the one that's got beautiful trees around the outside. So I think that's from set 2. So let's have a look. We've got that one there. Is that it? No, that wasn't it. There we go. May the road rise to meet you. Beautiful, beautiful verse. So we're going to use that one there. Then we're also going to use, may God grant always a sunbeam to warm you, a moonbeam to charm you, a sheltering angel so nothing can harm you. So we're going to use that one as well. And then we're going to use, so this one, the one that Emma's done, is the Kiss of the Sun. That's what she's used. But I'm going to go with, let's have a look, People Will Forget. Well, that's a really nice one, that one. So again, 3 different plates, and it just shows how you can mix and match them all. So to start off with, we want to use this part of the frame, okay? So I've got my PlateMate, the calligraphy PlateMate, which we have available on the show. And I'm just using some tabs just to hold that in place. Then I'm going to take a piece of A5 parchment. If I can find it, here we go. And I'm going to lay that, the A5 parchment is exactly the same size as the actual plate. So this is where the PlateMate is really key, because what it does, it allows me to attach my parchment to the PlateMate, and it means that it's going to hold, one, it's going to hold it in place and stop it moving around, but 2, I can pick it up and check to see if I've missed anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe it with a tumble dry sheet, and I'm not going to trace it all out because I've already got one that I've already traced out anyway, but just to show you. So I'm going to take the number 1 tool from the toolkit. If you've got the Pergamano tools, you can use the 1 or the 1.5. So I'm going to take my groovy guard, and you'll notice that what you'll do is you'll just push into those grooves and you just trace out. So if I wanted to, I could just do the outline of the tree and I'd get a completely different look as well. But you can see, you just follow those lines and it gives you that beautiful design. So as I said, you can put the bits in the middle. Again, the great thing about the groovy is that you become the designer. You pick and choose the different elements that you want to use. So if I wanted to, I could just do the outline of this one, and then you'll see as you go along, I'm using the groovy guard to line on, and it's really easy just to trace out. So we're going to follow that through. You go at whatever speed you want to. I'm just showing that once you get into it, you can really choose the areas that you want. So that's given me a really nice frame. So again, I wouldn't need to do any picot cutting on that if I didn't want to. I could just finish that off and pop that straight onto a larger card. But what we're going to do, we're going to go to one that I've already traced out completely. So let's bring that one in. So you can see here, if I line that back up, all I've done is I've taken the 2 trees and the grasses at the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to mix and match with the different plates. So we're going to pop that one to one side, and then we're going to bring in the second plate to put a little landscape in. When you look at these plates, there's so many different elements to them. So let's just pop that under, oops, fingers and thumbs today. Pop that under there. There we go. That holds that in place. And now what we're going to do is put our landscape in. Now what I found was easier was to start this side where we've got the 2 lines and just line that up. And then what I'm doing is I'm using the edge of the paper against it, with a guide against the edge of the plate to make sure that it goes on where I need it to go. So we're going to pop that down there. We'll use our groovy tabs again just to hold that in place to stop it moving around. So it's all about sort of composition and showing you how you can sort of just create different bits from different plates, and it gives you that, it makes them go a lot further. So we're going to go along that edge there. We're going to bring that lovely little hill in place. So again, if I don't want to put the trees in, I don't have to, but I think the trees look really nice just on the landscape. And you just pick and choose the elements that you want. Okay, so again, go too fast and it pops out. then it's really not a problem because it's not going to mark your parchment. So we'll follow that through and we'll just finish off this lovely... I can add more trees in if I wanted to. I could put a few more here. I could turn these into bushes. I could put a little bush down here. But what we need to do is continue this line over here. So all I'm going to do is move that along, and I can feel that the line is continuous there. And then I'm just going to follow that up to the edge of the tree. So that shows you how you can then extend that landscape quite easily. Let me bring that up and see if you can see that a little bit better. Let's just pop that on there. And then we'll bring that up and you can see now how we've put this beautiful landscape on there behind the grasses. Again, I could put some more hills in if I wanted to, but I think just keeping it simple works really well. Now if we have a look at Emma's card, what she's done, you'll notice that she's put an extra frame around the outside. Let me just bring that up so you can sort of, there we go, so you can see you've got an extra frame around the outside. And so I was looking at the plates that I had in front of me when I was preparing this one, and I had the Pico rectangles, and I thought this is great because when we look at the design, you'll notice that even the largest rectangle is like, this one is slightly bigger. So again, I'm going to show you how you can extend the frame to work with your design. So where's the one? This was the one I'm working on. So what I'm doing is just a real coincidence and a fluke that the line here and the outer line here lines up perfectly with the second lot of lines in on the Pico rectangle. So I'm going to position that in place. So that is on the line there, he says. Oops, where's my tabs gone? Here they are. These tabs are fantastic. You get these in the accessories kit and you use them again and again and again. So we're going to tape that in place just there and there. Maybe I'll take another one just for safety, and then we'll just position that one just there. Did that move? No, I think we're good to go. And now all I'm going to do is decide how big a frame I want. Because I've got two lines here, I can go with the outer line or I can go with the inner line. So I think I'm going to go with the outer line. So I'm just going to use my groovy guard just to hold my parchment and put that line in there. If I wanted to, I could give it a double line. I'm going to turn that round because that's the way I find it easier to work towards me. Go back in there and put the bottom part in. Turn it around. Turn your work so it makes it easier for you to work, rather than sort of like cutting across yourself. Make it easy. So we're going to stop there at that point there. So we've now got our frame at the bottom, but I need to continue that frame up at the top. So we're going to lift that off, and all I'm going to do now, because I've gone for the outer line, I can fill this in the grooves and I can decide how big a frame. If I wanted to, I could take the frame up all the way to the top, but I'm going to keep it how Emma's done it, and I'm just going to add that lines up there, that lines up there. We'll tape that down in place to stop it moving, and then we went with the outer line, so I know that's what I need to do on this one. So again, just finish that off, turn it around to join up, and then I want to put another line in. Now I went with the bottom line so that I know my frame is then equal in size. And we can see now how I've completed and put the trees on the outer part of my design. So we'll stop here at this point, and when we come back, we'll have a look at the verses, we'll have a look at what we can do with the trees, and maybe we'll do a little bit of colouring. So I'll see you again shortly.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul. Yes, absolutely. We're going to be colour, and we'll see part 2 of that in a few minutes' time. There's lots of little parts that you see Paul working with there, on top of, obviously, what you've got here with the plates we have. Do check out the website, of course, if you'd like to go for the actual plate itself there, with all the details with that he was working with. These plates actually fit directly inside those as well, the actual A5 size. So really nice. A few of them are found already on the website. If you want to go to hochanda.com, you can search by brand. You'll find them on there as well. Pop those into your basket. So if you are just starting this out, I really can't sort of stress enough, it's absolutely perfect. It goes hand in hand with what you're going to be working with. But they are beautiful, and you can see there just how easy it is to do. I'm not taking anything away from Paul or from the demonstrations, because it's all in the imagination and how you want to swap things around, alternate things, change things. That's where the artistic side comes in. The actual crafting itself, the actual putting the image together actually onto the paper there itself, as you can see there, if you could do drawing, you can do this. I mean, the beautiful thing is about this, it is all about how you want to then do the changing and mixing it around, but the actual doing it, as you can see, is pretty straightforward. Don't forget, you will be getting the folder, so you can keep all of your 12 plates in total in the folder, so they're all there. You could just mark this with sentiments, poems, however you want to list this down, of course, so you know you've got them all in one place. When you go for the entire bundle, you do get this. And there's one of them, I said which my favourite one was, people don't forget, they never remember what you say necessarily, or they remember what you do, but they always remember how you made them feel, which I always think is really, quite a pertinent one. But this one I think is really perfect for today as well. And it says, to the world you may be just one person, but to one person you may be just the world. And if you think about a lot of people on their own, of course, at the moment, and when they do get a visit either from a carer or they speak to somebody on Zoom or on a phone conversation, that one conversation a day they have can mean a lot. So there's some really lovely, the sentiments behind these thoughts that go with them are absolutely fantastic, and there's a lot of things that in here, like I said, are really pertinent to today's world. So if you want to go for the entire bundle, which I highly recommend, because that's where you are getting, just put in the actual what you're getting to one side, that's where the biggest saving is. That's where you are saving the most amount of money, and it's those kind of deals where you start thinking, really, if I'm actually saving so much, I'm saving money on this. If you went for section 1 on its own, yeah, you got a £16 saving, and that's great. If you went for section 2, of course, on its own, yeah, you got £16 saving. But if you're going for the entire bundle, you get both of those £16 savings, plus you get another £7 off of that as well, plus you're also going to get the binder to keep everything together in one place. That's all part of that, and it's actually costing you less money in that respect. So 039183. If you're Freedom member, what a time to be a Freedom member at the moment, of course. Certainly if you are with us over in the States, don't forget, with the shipping charges that have had to go up because of everything, you really can make the most here, of course, with that 1p and p. So yours is £89.87. That's a £16.99 saving, plus don't forget that includes your postage. So really fantastic deals to be had. So I'm going to move down the counter because there's some other elements I want to show to you, and then we're going to go straight back to Paul and we'll see part 2 of that demonstration where we left him. Hopefully some colouring in to come on that as well. So these are your lovely trios, the sections you're going to get. Now I've got 4 different, but a little bit like we had with the one day here, where we got 2 different sections putting them together. Now here we have 4 separate trios, each one of those obviously containing 3 elements in each. Now you can go for these individually if you so wish. So you've got set 1, you've got life, kiss of the sun, happiness and serenity. So they're the 4 different sets that you have. Each one of those sets, whichever one you want to go for, it's all on the same item code. So you can go for any one of those, and it's 001885, and you will get a £5 saving for whichever set you want to go for, which is absolutely fantastic. And these are lovely. Again, and it follows on from all that lovely sentiments, the whole idea. Serenity, you've got life, you've got kiss of the sun, and you've got happiness. So you're going to get an awful lot in there. And there are some beautiful ones in here, by the way. So if I just give you a couple here, I could just sort of show you and demonstrate here. The finest music in the world, the sweetest and the best is the music of kind words in loving tones expressed. I picked up all of the same ones there, but they're very pretty. God, grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the differences. You know, there's a lot of people that could possibly do with listening to a few of these things. May the road rise to meet you, may the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rain fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. There are some lovely sentiments throughout all of these. Like I say, you've got 4 different trios to choose from. Now, if you wanted to, there's another big saving to come. You can go for all 4 as one purchase. You're going to be getting your savings anyway across the board with these. Plus, you're also going to get another of your storage folder, so you can have your 36 stamps in clarity for your A6 in size. Don't forget, the others are A5, these are A6, so you'll be able to get the storage folder to take each one of those, plus another £8 saving on top of the savings you've got, and you're going to be getting the folder. So all of that now is only going to be working out at £99.95, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now, it is available on Flexi of 3 Flexi buys, which means that each payment is just £33.32. So you're getting an awful lot there for your money with those savings across the board, and combined an absolutely fantastic offer again for all of that. I will tell you, over 20% of the stock has already been allocated on here. I'm not surprised. There's an awful lot in here that you're going to find. Let me just see if I can, it's goggles up. You know, it's that whole thing. To be honest, they're on my head more than they're on my nose. I've got a little indent there where they're just there, just there resting. We've got the, I've just picked up the same one again. I'm doing well with that. If I had a single flower for every time I think about you, I could walk forever in my garden. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I need to get up. I should say that's a fee. She'd accuse me of something. She'd say, what's that about? What's that about? Normally, I struggle to read the football results. That's about it. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. There are some absolutely beautiful, beautiful comments in here. The kiss of the sun for pardon, the song of the birds for mirth. You are nearer God's heart in the garden than anywhere else on earth. Lovely, and a lot of people have been spending a lot of time having in their gardens, on with their walks, for example, and maybe a lot of people are taking and appreciating Mother Nature a little bit more than we used to in the past. Who knows? That's for a conversation for another day. But I tell you what, I don't want to keep Paul waiting. He was going to leave us there and possibly looking at doing some colouring in. So without any further ado, let's go over to another fantastic demonstration from our Paul.
Hi, welcome back. So previously what we've done, we'd looked at the design by Emma Burns. And when we look at the trees, you'll see that what Emma's done is that she's actually perforated within there to add a different design element. And that's using our basic grids, which we have available as well. So I thought, rather than do perforating, I would show how you could use the piercing grids to actually emboss as well. So really nice and easy to do. So I've got my plate mate from the starter kit. I've got the diagonal grid. You get a straight and a diagonal within the plate mate. Now, if you're going to perforate using the piercing grids, then you would have your super foam or your pico foam underneath, and then use your needles to perforate, and you would perforate from the front. If you want to do the embossing effect, then all you need is the your black mat underneath, and we're going to work from the back. Now, the reason I've chosen the diagonal grid is because we're working with an irregular shape. So what that means is it will fill the areas a lot more easily. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to position my parchment, my tree, on here. So I could go straight. Let's go straight just to keep it nice and easy. It doesn't need to be perfectly lined up, as long as you don't move it during the process. So I'm going to use my groovy tabs to hold everything in place. And now this time I'm going to use the number 2 tool from the tool that comes in the starter kit. If you've got the Pergamano tools, you can use the 1.5, because what we don't want to do, we don't want to puncture the parchment. So all we're going to do, I'm going to use my Groovy Garteline on, and I'm just going to press into each of the holes on the grid. And then all you're going to do is work along. For me, this is a real great way of adding colour, so to speak, without the colour. So can we see that? Yeah, we can see that. It should be fine. So all I'm doing is just working along and just pushing into the holes. And by pushing in, what that's doing, it's the same as a groovy plate. It's just stretching the parchment, and it gives this beautiful, I really like this effect. And again, it's quite therapeutic when you just go along, just pressing into those dots. And as I said, because we're using an irregular shape, i.e. the tree, it's going to look more natural if instead of using the straight grid. And it will all become clear in a moment once we go along. But you could use this to infill borders, you can use it to infill the trees, you can create patterns. We also do a range of border grids designed by the lovely Tina Cox that gives you designs that you can just perforate or emboss. But because we're using this as an infill, then the basic grids are perfect for that. So we're just going to go along, and you'll start to see how it's starting to fill up. And again, depending on how much pressure, you could go on very, very lightly at the top, not push in so much, and you'd get sort of like a shading effect. And you can still put colour behind this. The white will just be prominent on the front. See, now we're going around these curvy areas. You can see how the diagonal works perfectly for that. So we're just going to go down, and we'll just finish off this one side of the tree, and we'll just go along. But it's just, for me, it's all about sort of these little finishing tips and tricks and finishing off different areas. And again, giving you different options depending on what level you're at with your parchment craft. See, and we're going right into this area here now, and we can just fill in and press down. So now when I turn this over and hold this up, let's get my little eco foam. So we bring that up now, and you can see how different that looks. I mean, you may decide just to do one side of the tree, and then you could do some picot cutting in there if you wanted to, or you could put some colour in, or you can just leave it completely how it is. So once you've done that, if that's what you choose to do, again, it's just giving you different options on different things. So if you don't want to put a verse in, you don't have to. Again, it's the flexibility. Now, in a previous demo, what I'd done was I'd cut out a number of picot squares and just put different verses in. So if you wanted to add another layer to your work, you could do this as your basis and then have a series of these already traced out, and then you can decide whether you want to pop that on there or whether you want to actually trace it on there completely. So again, ideas and sort of suggestions on what you could do. Okay, so I'm going to go to one where I've actually popped the design, the actual verse, onto my piece of work, and for that one I used this design here. Now, we used this one in a previous demo just using that area there, but I really like this verse, and it says, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel." Maya Angelou. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really nice. And what you'll notice is that I put her name just in between those trees there. What I've also done is I've added a sun from one of the other plates. So should we add a little bit of colour? Should we see what it looks like with a little bit of colour? So again, my personal choice is using the Pergoliner pencils. I tend to go with the B pencils, which are a wax pencil. So I can take some colour here. So this is the B15, which is a really nice green. And I'm just going to apply some colour very, very lightly to those trees. And I'm going to go all in one colour first. And then for the sun, I'm going to take, I could go straight with the orange, but what I'm going to do is just scribble on some yellow, like that. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of red just in the middle. Okay, so for me, that's my skill at colouring in, as if a young child has done it. But I always say it, and I'll continue saying it, the magic for me is in the magic of the Dorso oil and the blending pens. So we've got these on the show, so I've taken a new nib, I've already put the oil on there, and all I'm going to do now is just work in, and just all you're doing is breaking down that pigment to give it a really smooth finish. Okay, so for larger areas, if I want to put some colour in here, then you could still use the blending pen, but you can also use a tissue as well. And maybe I'll show you that on here, or no, maybe we put some colour in the heels. Decisions. Now what I want to do is take a darker green, which seems to have jumped out, there it is, before it jumped out of my box. And then we'll just put a little bit of darkness just in sort of those areas, just to give it a little bit of depth. It's only a tiny little amount. And then I'm just going to use the pen, not loading it back up, just to break that colour down, just to give it a little bit more depth. So again, it's just about you deciding at what level and how far you want to take the parchment. I'm just going to break that down. If you find that it's not breaking down, then put a little bit more oil on, and then it just breaks it down even more. So now for the sun, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tissue, and this is called dorsing, and you sort of make as if you're making an icing bag. I'd be rubbish at making an icing bag, wouldn't I? It'd be everywhere. And then I'm just going to pop that some more oil on there, and then all I'm going to do is just blend that in. Now, I'm not worried about going over the edges, because with the pencils I can rub out where I've gone over. But that's given me a really nice smooth blend. Now, I don't know whether you can see, let me bring my white mat into play and hold it up to the camera, and you can see I've really gone mad on that and gone outside the sun. So all I'm going to do now is take an eraser pencil and get rid of where it shouldn't be. So it shouldn't be on the tree. So there's always, well, I say always, most of the time there's ways that you can sort of correct any sort of mistakes with your colouring, especially if you're using the pencils. I think I really got carried away with that. And using the tissue gives you, it's quicker to do larger areas with a tissue than it is with a blending pen. So for example, I could take some green and I'll just scribble a little bit of green just on that hill there, and then I'll take another tissue, go into sort of icing bag mode, fold it over, pick up some of the oil, and then just gently rub it in. And again, I'm not worried about going over those edges, because I've got my rubber to get rid. See, so I can go along the edges now. And if I wanted to, you could use the eraser to add sort of shade and light areas. So it's a really nice way of putting colour in large areas. Again, another option, if you're not so good with your colouring, is to use a designer parchment. So now when we turn that over, you can see on the white, you can't see the line up, but you can see where the colour has been applied. So then what Emma did on her finished piece, let's just pop that down, she put it onto a piece of Northern Lights designer paper. And since we've launched Northern Lights, we've got lots more in the cupboard. So this was the Northern Lights that Emma used, and she used the reverse of that just to pop underneath. So if I show you, see, so what that does is it adds sort of like a very soft glow in the background. If you go with that side, it could be, I mean, it still works, but you may want a more subtle and softer tone. So I've taken a piece of the Shenandoah that's got that beautiful orange glow, which is the reverse of that. See, that's a little bit too busy for me, but that is really nice and soft. So that's another way of adding some colour to your design. And I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Paul. Absolutely, we hope so. Doesn't it look absolutely beautiful? There is something, all that work you saw at the end where he's done that, and you look at it, but there's something really beautiful, very peaceful about them, and you know, there's a time and place for grunge and everything else that, you know, different ways of working with that you want to do, and but there is something that you get with these styles that are very, very peaceful looking, very calming. You know, the softer colours that are being used to go through. It's the whites that brings them out with the colours in the background. It doesn't matter whether it's, you know, green here. We've got the purple just been looking at. We've got, again, with the coloured of the butterflies in there, the blues and the pinks, but you've got the sort of peach colours coming through in from behind. But even just purely onto it, you know, with no other colour in there, there's still something that's very clean for a start, very crisp, very clear, and it has to be, again, with the wording and the fonts is what's really important. But the extra detail that you can see, you can either leave them really simple, or, as you saw with some of the other techniques that were being added in there, let's have a little look at some of the with the colouring in of it itself that you go, but you really do get some really lovely simplicity with it, which I think why it's so popular, and again it's proving really popular now as well, which is lovely. So let's just have a recap to go through this, because I don't want you missing out on this. We only launched it a couple of hours ago. It's a second live hour. We've got tomorrow to go through as well, but tomorrow's another day, and who knows how many people watching repeats over the night, of course, as well, when they'll be adding to baskets. So if you're watching with us live right now, and we're live for the next hour, don't forget, so we've got a lot here for you to sort of take on board and get it while you can. There's some real savings to be had. So just to recap, you can, for your one-day special, you can choose. There are two options. It doesn't come straight away as a complete set. That's your third option. But option one, option two. Option one here, let's say you're going to go with this, for example, which has got some lovely sentiments in there, some really beautiful work that's in there. This is item 828273. It is available on your Flexi-Buy if you want to do, because the actual price is £49.94, but you can get this with two payments of £24.97. Now, if you want to go for this section, this option one, you'll get that, but you're going to get a £16 saving if you buy these 6 altogether, which is set 1, which is great. Now, exactly the same. If you want to go for set 2 and you prefer the verses that are in here or the look of the design on here, okay, that's fine. If you want to go for set 2, again, this is going to be for you the same as your item code you've looked at already, 828273. It's £49.94. Again, option 2 is also available on your Flexi-Buy of £24.97. So you're going to get that, and again, you're going to get a £16 savings. So either way, you've got a really good deal. Extra money comes off. So actually, it works out that the more you get, the bigger you're saving. You can get all of these, both together. They will both individually then come together with £16 saving here and a £16 saving here. So that's already looking at a fantastic saving you're going to be making there of those two 16s together. Plus, you're also going to be getting another further £7 off of that price, which is absolutely brilliant, which means that the entirety is £98.86. Plus, not only do you get those, but you're also, for that, going to be getting the folder to keep everything in place as well. The 12 plates for the A5 storage, you'll be getting everything then all kept together in one great bundle. And that item code is 039183 for the entire Groovy Plate collection, the Poetry collection. Now, if you're a Freedom member, even better for you as well here. This is where you can really rack up your savings as well. You're only going to be paying £89, yeah, £89.87. You're also going to be getting, as you see on this one, you're saving £16.99, and that price also includes your postage and your packaging. So you're getting a really great bundle for a fantastic offer. That's why it's always brilliant if you can afford to join us and become a Freedom member. There's some real savings to be had. So, loads of savings to be had. The great thing as well, you can mix and match, don't forget. You can add elements from each one of these plates into the other. You can swap them and change them around and do as you wish with that, which is absolutely fantastic. So I would say you are going to get more out of it as an entire set than buying just one set or the other set. Now, I will tell you, 50, half the stock, 50% of the stock has gone, and we're only just coming to the end of our second live hour with this, so do take advantage. Now, you would have seen Paul using some of the tools, of course, some of the other plates. Now, these plates will fit directly. Now, you can see that the Groovy plate mats there. We've got the calligraphy alphabet for the A5 plates. If you haven't got that yet, and you are just starting out working with the Groovy plates, pop that one into your basket. I'll tell you why, the A5 plates that you're going to be getting with this deal now, that fits perfectly straight into that square. You can see there where Charlotte's putting the little arrow around there, and so you can see that that will slot in. It won't move, be nice and rigid in there, and that will allow you to carry on your work with that. Plus, if you want to personalise anything, you've also got the alphabet, you've got the numbers in there, you've got all the other elements that you need. You've got lovely fonts in that. It's only £19.99. Quite a few of you already added that into your basket. If you haven't yet, I'd certainly point you in that direction to do so. There's plenty in there. If you remember the top of the hour, we were speaking to Paul, and I said about people that are starting out, said the best thing you want to go for is the starter kit. It's there for you right now, £54.99. Want to go for that one, you can go and flexi-buy and spread it over 2 instalments. That just works out at £27.50. So you got that for your deluxe starter kit. You'll get everything you need in there to crack on with, and I promise you, something you're just going to pick up and run with and enjoy it. Plenty of other options in there if you want to add those into your basket as well, all with some brilliant, really fantastic price points to go with. That's all on the website, of course, allthews.hochanda.com, and you'll be able to find everything you need if you search by brand. Now, just to finish off with again, I just wanted to show you just a couple more where you can see, and like Paul was saying, anyone can have a go at this. You know, anyone can do something here, and these are pieces of art really that you're going to work with. I mean, who knows what you will lead on to, but if you are thinking about sentiments, if you do love that whole idea of the verse, my mum is a big fan of, I can't just send a normal a Christmas card or a birthday card. It doesn't matter what's on the, it could be anything. It could be a dustbin on the front of it. It doesn't really matter what's on the front of it. My mum's more important. It's all about the words. She has to read the verses, and she also, lovely words. It's you know, lovely words. And if you're like me, mum, she's lovely. If you are like your mum and you like the written words, the sentiments, the feeling, the meaning behind it, then absolutely you will love this set to go with, because the sentiment behind this is perfect, and it works with this craft in this style so hand in hand. It's great for you to go with. I wish you all the very best of that. Really enjoy it when you get it. And if you are trying it for the first time, let us know how you're getting on with it as well. We'd love any samples that you've done, any finished work, any items that you've got, certainly from this kit. And I'd love to hear what people think of it if you're sending it. This will be back again tomorrow at 8 AM. And, of course, Paul will be there with you as well as a caller to come through to have another chat with even more fantastic demonstrations from himself and, of course, with Barbara that's been involved. Thank you so much. Please don't go anywhere. I've got another live hour with you straight after this. I hope you can stay with me this evening. Yeah, get ready, everybody. Pour yourself another one. It's Paper Discovery, everyone. And then we've got, of course, then it'll be the reruns of your Get Groovy with Clarity One Day Special and your Sentimentally Yours. So, mine's a large one. See you on the other side of this.
I am Matthew Palmer, a professional artist with the SAA, the UK's largest and friendliest art community. The SAA exists to inform, encourage and inspire all who want to paint, and that's exactly what you'll learn to do with me as your teacher. As a self-taught artist of 30 years ago, I know the challenges of a white piece of paper and learning how to paint. But with me, Hochanda and the SAA, I'll show you how easy watercolour painting really is. I'm here on Hochanda because I want to show you my watercolour painting techniques, and I want to get you over that white paper fear and get you started and develop your watercolour painting. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I've got some fantastic watercolour techniques that will get you started and take you even further on your watercolour journey. So join me, Matthew Palmer, for my shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp here in the UK. Teamwork makes the dream work, and at Clarity we are designers and manufacturers of, dare I say, beautiful, top quality and award-winning craft products. We are home to the very first, the original transparent art stamp. We hand make them here in Kent, and our talented illustrators are always coming up with new original concepts and wonderful artwork. In addition, we design and manufacture top quality stencils and masks. In fact, we also make precision cut reusable masks for our stamps. Since January 2017, we are also the new owners of Pergamano International, bringing together a wonderful blend of old and new parchment art. We are so fortunate to be able to showcase our newest and best products here on Hochanda, and to be able to demonstrate our art ideas to you, our Hochanda friends. So if you would like to learn more about Clarity stamping, stencil work, parchment art, both groovy and traditional, please join us, myself and the Clarity team, here on Hochanda for ideas and inspiration.
Hello, my name's Catherine Sturrock and I bring to Hochanda my company Character Crafts. Character Crafts brings to you our laser cut designs. Each design is designed by myself. We cut them on the laser machines here in Doncaster and bring the products to you at home. Character Crafts is suitable for all ages and all abilities, so I hope that I can inspire you and help you along with your crafting. I like to show you how to use different paint techniques and different techniques to bring the characters alive, and use various mediums to decorate, and I also use air dry clay for decorating with the flowers. So make sure you look out for the Character Craft shows on Hochanda. I hope to see you soon.
Well, welcome back to all of our lovely viewers from the US of